Ending a relationship with a narcissist is a far from easy choice, and it's far from easy to do. In fact, it's an incredibly difficult and challenging choice, and an incredibly difficult and challenging journey with most narcissistic individuals. However, it is more than worth it. And with narcissists, under the umbrella of the criteria such as the sense of entitlement, the lack of empathy, the exploitative nature, the envious behaviour, the grandiosity, the belief they're special, the arrogance, there's different personality types, and they can cross over to meet a need of their own. So you can have the more covert, which is more subtle and underhand, and the more overt, which is usually more obvious and in your face. And with the overts, they don't particularly tend to be fully aware that their behaviour is in the wrong. They've usually got that belief that they're superior and they're special, that they're just entitled to do that, and it's everybody else that's the issue. And they've usually got enough enablers and flying monkeys backing them up so that they believe that they're not the problem, you're the problem. And going no contact, breaking free from an overt narcissist and going no contact can be incredibly challenging. Now, when any form of relationship breaks down, it can be challenging, and we can all behave in manners that aren't particularly like ourselves, or ways that we didn't think we would behave, ways that we're not proud of. Things hit differently, emotions hit differently. People can behave in ways that they wish they hadn't. With an overt narcissist, they tend to use tactics that are more outright, more in your face. So you try to end a relationship with an overt narcissist, and they might simply just not get it. Doesn't compute. They don't understand. They just carry on talking to you like nothing's happened. They just book that holiday with you and expect you to just be there. They don't see that it's over. It just doesn't compute. They just randomly show up wherever you are with no regard to your feelings. Even if they didn't used to do the hobby that you do, they just randomly start showing up at your workplace. Start showing up with your friends, start showing up at family events. They don't seem to get that they're not invited. And even if you've got restraining orders and non-molestation orders out against them, they believe you took them out because you can't keep yourself from them. So you've done it as a way to try and stop yourself because you can't get enough of them. That you're the one that's obsessed with them. So they just show up. They show up at your home with a bunch of flowers that they picked off your garden. They just show up whenever with no regard to how you are feeling. They can also go all out to find a new source of supply. So potentially they might have been the one that's left you, and you can be working on moving on. And because you're not chasing after them, this dents their ego. If they're content with the new supply at that moment in time, they might potentially leave you alone. However, if they suddenly become aware, if you sort of enter their orbit and they become aware that you're doing well without them, that new supply isn't going to keep them entertained. They're going to go all out to flaunt their new supply in front of you because they're looking to outdo you. They're looking to one-up you. Many a narcissist can move in close by in order to rub salt into the wounds, basically, and to try and make you look like the issue, make you look like you're the unreasonable one and the irrational one and the bitter one and the jealous one. So people don't tend to reflect that, hang on, this person lied and cheated and then moved in close by, yet the person they left is the problem. No, the person they left is working through stuff. The narcissist is refusing to take a deep look at themselves and is just moving on to create more drama elsewhere. They might suddenly start showing public displays of grandiosity. Now, as we ourselves can sort of move on and try to improve our lives and seemingly have it all together, even if we haven't, and seemingly be working towards something, because we are working towards something, and not everybody sees the difficulties and the struggles. Some people just see what is going well for you. So when somebody does that, it's difficult to recognise whether it's just someone trying to improve their lives or a narcissistic individual trying to impress. And they can come on strong with public displays of grandiosity to impress you, to win you back, to show you how well they're doing without you, to get you to feel jealous and try and chase after them. Overt narcissists can be more outright with their threats and their intimidation. They can come on strong with the stalking and harassment, and it just doesn't seem to compute that it's wrong within their heads. It just doesn't seem to compute. And if people do call them out over it, they seem to have a way of excusing it or justifying it, of how they're not the issue, and it's you're the one that's just overreacting to the situation. It's got nothing to do with them. So they can threaten and they can intimidate in order to regain control over you, so that it almost feels like it's easier just to give in and go back than it does to distance yourself from somebody, especially Overt, who will happily drag you through court with their grandiose nature, and they will use their charm and their wit to win everybody over. And they will use Jennifer Freyd's Darvo, where they will deny and then attack you and reverse the role of victim of offender, so that they look all innocent and you look like you're the one that's causing the issues. You look like you're the one that's bitter. You look like you're the one that's holding on to that resentment, and they're just trying to find peace. They're just trying to find happiness. They're just trying to make you feel more comfortable. And they will use their charm and their wit to win people over, to make you look like the unhinged one. Because sometimes the person who's acting emotionally unstable is the one who is being emotionally abused. They can come on strong with that incessant communication, constantly messaging, phoning, emailing, sending you gifts, and they see no issue. They just think you're being ungrateful, you're being a little stubborn, you're being a little bit awkward. You just want them to chase after you because they're coming from the place that they're coming from, not the place that you're coming from. You can have a whole new family 6 years later, and they still believe that you want them back, because how could you not resist just how amazing they are? They simply don't get it. They can go all out to make his life as hard as possible for you because they're not getting their needs met by you. Dragging you through courts, smearing your name, isolating you, threatening you, turning people against you. And if all else fails with an overt narcissist, they can just disappear on you because they believe that they're punishing you and you're going to go running after them. If anyone has any thoughts on this video or any behaviours you notice of a overt narcissist or overt narcissistic behaviours and tactics that they used when you tried to end the relationship or go no contact with them, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several online guides available, and those teachable links will be in the video description. I also have several Amazon books available. 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, and they'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.